you a buck and give your dollar a squeezy. The girl's got the answer, you better believe me. Take it from Tara. Take it from Tara. Take it from Tara. Take it from Tara.
And thank you, Korean Hetty, for that wonderful introduction to this week's Take It From Tara, celebrating Earth Day this week. And our musical guests, just blending right into that Korean Hetty jingle, happen to be the BKs, Becky and Ken. So glad to have you guys with us today. This show brought to you by ABC Security for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And today's musical guests, as I said, a fabulous couple. They are going to celebrate Earth Day with songs about nature. Jackie, you're going to absolutely love this. Kirk Candle is here with Green Triangle updates. Water Step shares its amazing purification mission with us. Thanks to Mark Hogg, Jackie Gulby, and Udell Gardens, our first guest, and Will Heiser on how to sustain a week of Derby with guests from Big Brother. That's going to be an exciting group of people. Plus, Patrick Bain, the vice president of Macy's, is going to try to rush down here after his conference call ends at 5:30 and tell us how this monster Fortune 100 retailer is the most local giant retailer that we have in Louisville, how they're going green and reducing, reusing, and recycling. So all this hour on CrescentHillRadio.com's Take It From Tara. If you haven't yet become a member of this not-for-profit public radio station, you really need to do so. And here are the benefits. We're having a huge fundraiser, and that's the Sunday before Derby. It's April the 28th from 4 till 10 at Expo 5. And I hope you all will come because it's going to be a lot of fun. If you buy into the idea that becoming a member will give you benefits, you're going to see what happens. You get in free to the concert. So go online to Crescent Hill Radio right now. Click on the Join Now to become a member button, and you will have the year's membership plus admission to the concert with all kinds of wonderful, exciting benefits and great bands which are going to be playing like Appalachian and Trapper's Keeper and so many others. Just look at the website. You're going to see all of them for our big Derby kickoff concert April 28th, and it's 4 to 10 at Expo 5. So check it out. Hey, Becky and Ken, so glad to have you guys with us.
Hey, thanks.
How'd you get together? I mean, Becky, I've known you for years. I've known Ken for years. I'd never saw the two of you in the same place at the same time.
We met years ago, about 25 years ago.
Isn't that crazy?
Down at Uncle Pleasant's, down in the Roger Kipling.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. And what kind of music do we expect to hear from you today?
A little bit of a variety.
Earth Day music.
Earth Day.
That's the correct answer.
Earth-ish Day. Earth Day.
Earth Day music.
Variety of Earth-ish Day.
I love it. I love it very much. And we're going to hear songs from you that go from skies to green meadows to clean water and so much more. And a yellow taxi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
First
don't
one.
pave things with houses. We want the earth
Yes.
there. We don't want all this.
I like that. And you have to use a light because it's a little dark in here. What kind of flashlight are we using on Earth Day, Becky?
It's a very, very earthy day.
It's a very efficient LED flashlight. Yes, we're just
LED.
doing everything we can. We've turned out the lights. That's how much we're saving energy today. And to celebrate Earth Day, we've brought in all these wonderful guests who are going to talk about the exciting things that everybody in Louisville does to celebrate Earth Day. Jackie Gulby from Udell Gardens is one of them. How are you, my dear?
I'm great. I'm great. Spring has finally sprung, I think.
Yes, it has. So nice to see you. And you're usually here talking about dogs, which we love, and cats. But today we're focusing a little bit on the earth. And so
Yes.
we're going to talk about your beautiful employer of Udell Gardens.
Yes. We've got a lot going on. We're getting into our busy season. You know, a lot of people wonder, well, what and where is Udell Botanical Gardens? And we're located out in Crestwood. We're very easy to find, out 71 off of exit 14. And we are a botanical garden that was originally the home and commercial nursery to a man named Theodore Klein.
Yes.
And kind of in the spirit of Earth Day, about 12 years ago, after Theodore passed away, there were plans to develop and bulldoze Udell.
Wow.
And a group of people who knew him and loved him and knew how important his work was and how awesome his place was thought, no, we can't let that happen. We have to save it. So a nonprofit was formed, and here we are in our 11th year, Udell Botanical Gardens.
I love that.
And we do a lot of plant trialing and research. We go our executive director is very well known for his excursions into Kentucky looking for native plants that may have not been discovered. And then we look at ways to propagate them. We also try plants from other places to try to acclimate and see how they would do in this part of the country.
Awesome.
So we do a lot of neat things to help sustain plants in this environment.
Well, you do a lot for workshop purposes, and
Yes.
it really accommodates everybody from the family to families with kids
Yes.
to beginning gardeners to master gardeners.
Yeah.
Everybody can get something at Udell.
We do. We have a great array of programs. Every Saturday, beginning May 11th, we have our program Children in the Dell.
I love that.
Yeah.
As opposed to the farmer in the dell.
Yes.
It's the children in the dell.
From 10:30 to noon. And this year, for the first time, this program is free.
Oh, how nice.
With the admission of an adult who should remain on the grounds. But
so it's members are $5, $10 for non-members.
well, no,
It's-
that's free.
right?
That's gone.
Oh, that's gone.
That's gone. It's for the adults.
Yes.
It's $5 if you're a senior, $7 if you are not. And if you're a
Awesome.
member, of course, you get it for free.
Oh, that's incredible.
But for the kids, there's no fee.
That's great.
So we have 3 educators who develop different programs every Saturday, and it could be anything from down in the woods around the pond to crafting things to digging up vegetables. They've got all kinds of great
kind of a
creative
little
ideas.
outdoor school.
Yeah,
I love that,
and
but it's
kids
fun.
need more of that.
Yeah, they do. They need to get
They're
outside.
Stuck on those, I
Video
this
games.
and yeah,
I this and I that.
yeah.
So that's every Saturday.
That's every Saturday,
And that runs now through September the 28th, so you really have the whole summer to do
yeah,
it.
you're getting on the ground floor.
There are a couple of big events coming up. Let's
Yes.
talk about the plant sale and garden market, which is Saturday the 27th and Sunday the 28th.
this weekend.
Exciting.
Yes. Oh my gosh, because I have been helping unload some of the trucks with the plants, so I get the first glance at them, and we have some amazing plants. Everything from shade to sun, from perennials to herbs to trees to shrubs. We run the gambit, and these are unique things you are not going to find here at your local garden center. Our garden manager works very hard to select things that she feels are unique and add special feature to
Wonderful.
your garden. So that's this Saturday and Sunday.
And I love to see your face light up when you talk about gardening, because I've been at your house and you have a spectacular garden and all your landscaping is beautiful. I only wish I had half of that skill. So to know that you're at Udell Gardens and enjoying all this is just great. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, it's awesome. The 3 things: animals, plants, and cooking. Those are my 3 favorite things. So
I almost thought you were going to say cookies,
no,
because I'm thinking about Girl Scout cookies for some reason today.
that's over.
I don't know. I know it's over, but you never really get
You're
rid of that
working them off
need.
now.
Cutting propagation workshop coming up the Thursday after Derby. Now, what is a cutting propagation workshop?
This is something that if you're a beginning,
Sounds like a political philosophy.
yeah, I can see that. This is something that's really cool if you're a novice gardener.
Yes.
It teaches you how to maximize things you already have.
Oh, cool.
How to take cuttings and how to root them and grow them and get more out of what you've already got, as opposed to
that's
going
wonderful.
and buying new plants.
I like that.
And you actually will leave that class with some cutting. Well, not that day because they have to take root, but several weeks later you will come and pick up the actual cuttings that have rooted and taken.
That's like 6 to 7:30 at night. Is that right?
Yeah, it's after work.
After work. So you have plenty of time to get to Udell after you're finished with working. And then something else that's coming up in May is what you just
you're
handed
gonna
me an
say.
invitation to. Friday, May the 17th from 5 to 8 p.m. is the 6th annual Garden Sculpture Show.
Yes.
Opening reception, and this is a big deal.
This is a big deal. We have over 35 different sculptures from local and regional artists. They range everything from limestone to bronze. Bob Lockhart, who's very well known
Yes.
in this area,
Lovely.
he's donated a couple pieces. Well, actually, not donated. This is a win-win for Udell and the artists. The artists get a portion of the sale of the pieces, as does Udell.
Great.
But on Friday we have a big kickoff. We have a reception. We have great food and drink and music, and you can just walk through the gardens and see the sculptures and mingle with the artists, which is really
Oh,
nice.
that sounds like so much fun. So that's coming up on May the 17th. So
Yes.
between now and the middle of May, you're going to be one busy woman.
Yes, we are. I'll be busy till the end of October.
Well,
but that's good.
You got a whole lot going on. The plant sale and garden market this Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
Cutting propagation workshop May the 9th. Children in the Dell every Saturday starting May now, 11th, from all the way through to September the 28th, so it's the whole summer long. And then on the 17th, the great big annual garden sculpture show, which will be really fun, opening reception.
You know, and if people missed that, they can go to our website, which is udellgardens.org.
Yes.
So everything's on there and a lot more.
I love it. And all you have to do is go out to Udell Gardens to see
We do weddings and receptions usually together. We do corporate retreats. We do baby showers. We do bridal showers. We do birthday parties. We do pretty much anything you want.
Well, I love the fact that you're a multi-purpose place.
Yes.
But
yes.
if you just want to
Something
go
for
out
everybody.
and enjoy the beauty of nature, you can also just go to Udell, even if you're not getting married or having babies.
Absolutely. It's a very, very peaceful place. There are lots of spaces. I have some of my favorites that you can just sit and just relax.
Tell me about the animal policy, because I know that every place is always asking, can we bring our dogs? Can we bring our dogs? What's the deal?
We have a resident cat named Persimmon.
I see.
And she runs the show.
So she doesn't like dogs.
No, she's not big. She's very good about it, though. In the fall, she allows dogs to come for a couple months on Sundays.
Really?
Yes.
That's
yes.
very nice of Persimmon. Wait till she sees my pack. She'll be running for cover. Persimmon, God bless you. Well, I really appreciate the fact that you took the time to come in today to talk
glad to
about
be here.
Udell Gardens, because it's an absolutely fabulous organization, and it's saved such a tremendous natural resource for us on this Earth Day. And what are you guys doing just in the next couple of days to celebrate Earth Day?
We're getting ready for our plant sale.
That's
so people
right.
can buy plants to beautify the earth.
Exactly, because that's one of the things that we really want to encourage people to do to celebrate Earth Day is to plant new things.
Yes, especially trees.
Trees are very important because
this area-
unfortunately we get them taken down a lot for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, we're way behind in the tree population around here.
They're either down by building or they're down by blowing over in one of our massive storms.
Correct.
So we thank you very much, Jackie Golby, for being with us tonight.
Well, thank you very
Have
much
a
for having
wonderful
me.
day. Happy
I
Earth
shall.
Day to you.
Same to you.
And we'll see you, and we'll talk about dogs the next time you come. What do you think?
Sounds great.
And cats.
Sure.
You should bring Persimmon.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's not a real happy traveler, but then again, you never know. I might be able to talk her into
She
it.
might just pop in here and give us a little interview. Jackie Golby from Udell Gardens, thanks so much. And thanks so much to Udell Gardens for their sponsorship this week of Take It From Tara via Crescent Hill Radio. We appreciate that sponsorship very much. I need to hear from you. Can you give me about 2 to 2.5 minutes of an Earth Day song to tide us over while we get our next guest in?
Absolutely.
Okay, what are we going to hear?
We're going to hear Big Yellow Taxi.
Oh, that sounds like a wonderful choice. The BKs.
They paved paradise and put up a parking lot with a big hotel, a bouquet, and a swinging hot spot. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. They took all the trees and put them in a tree museum. And they charged the people $1.50 just to see them. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise and put up a parking lot. Hey, farmer, put away that DDT now. Give me spots on my apples, but leave the birds and the bees, please. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot. Late last night, I heard that screen door slam, and a big yellow taxi came and took away my old man. I said, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you've got till it's gone? They paved paradise, put up a parking lot.
don't want to pave our world. We want paradise to stay in it, and that's the purpose of Earth Day. Thank you for that reminder, Big Yellow Taxi. The BKs, so glad to have them with us today to talk about Earth Day through song, and we are so delighted to have with us today Mark Hogg of Waterstep.
Oh, Tara, it's fun stuff. I'm having a good time today. Good music,
so
good people.
Good to
What's
see
not
you.
to like?
Where's Marcia and Jazz?
Well, she's at work, which is
Aw,
good.
somebody had
Jazz
to
is
work.
at home, our dog, and like I said earlier, if she had opposing thumbs, she could do so much more around the house.
I
but
know, it's
She
true.
didn't run the vacuum, so I thought you don't deserve to come out till you get that darn housework done. She's at home.
Jazz is obviously a beautiful dog who actually is a lot like our Emma. And
Tree
she's
Walker
a
Coonhound.
gorgeous coonhound. She's young and beautiful, and Mark and Marcia have been friends from the dog park for a long time. But more importantly than being friends from the dog park, you're making friends all over the world by the process that you've developed in this wonderful organization, which used to be called Edgewater Outreach. It was a little unwieldy. Waterstep seems a little bit more friendly.
Yeah,
and
we rebranded with some good friends over at Current Marketing, now Current 360.
Allie and Jen.
Oh my gosh,
Love
they're
them.
just smart folks.
Oh no,
and,
that's Current 360. They're with Maximum Media.
Right.
Close enough
Allie's,
for
that's
government
right.
work.
They're but we all work together.
Yes, you do.
And Current 360 is the marketing and advertising piece. Allie and Jen are our
PR.
publicity PR kind
They're
of group.
great.
And we have so many folks, engineers, business folk. I mean, this is a great city to do this work. It's
Yeah.
a great clan of people fighting water-borne disease around the world, and we're doing it from a city of water.
Well, and you
so
and
much
Marcia
has happened here for a long time.
You and Marcia got featured on In Focus magazine's cover, and you were styling.
Well, when you hang out with a woman like that, you just look good next to her. That's all there is
I
to it.
love that.
Yeah, I know where to stand.
You really did a great job, and you looked fantastic, and it was a great story because donations aside, the primary source of funding comes from your shoe recycling program. Talk to us a little bit about that, I guess.
Oh, it's been neat. We're kind of social entrepreneurs at heart, and so we're always looking for ways for the donor dollar to be powerful.
Yes.
And we're creeping along. We've got some good stuff. We do. We collect new and gently used shoes and sell those to an exporter in Miami.
Wonderful.
He sells them around the world, so it creates micro business. And if you've ever been somewhere in the middle of nowhere in this little blanket, and you're like, well, oh my gosh, that looks like a pair of shoes from the United States. It is.
It probably
And that's
is
how
yours.
it got there. And somebody's making some money doing that, and we make a little money doing that. And right now, that program does probably about 15 to 20% of our budget. So
Amazing.
it's getting there. And the rest is done by donations. But our goal is to build that kind of micro business opportunity up to 100% of our budget. And then donations go straight in the field.
And it reduces
it's
the
exciting.
landfill.
Oh, my gosh. I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking 30,000 pounds a month.
Wow.
We keep out of the landfill, and that keeps growing.
That's
so it's
incredible.
Just fun. Yeah.
More people, this is a statistic that shocked me. More people die from waterborne disease than from the combination of armed conflict, HIV, AIDS, and cancer.
It's an amazing stat.
Unbelievable. And Waterstep is performing a vital role in reducing waterborne disease.
Yeah, if you do the math on that, more than 50, somewhere between 50 and 80% of hospital beds are full in our world
Wow.
of people suffering from waterborne disease. And it's you look at even here in Kentucky, 3% of our rural population do not have access to clean water, pure water, safe water. And these are things, though, that are solvable.
Yes.
And we're making some good dents in that. There's a lot of people about water around the world. And what Waterstep's trying to do is help virtually anyone realize, no matter where you're working in the world, no matter what you're doing, you can add the tools and training and elements of water and make a difference.
Okay,
And
tell
that's
us how.
exciting.
Tell us exactly how you're doing it.
It's amazing. I'll give you an example of Friday. Just a few days ago on Friday, it was so fun. We had a man in being trained on our chlorine generator from Burundi. We had some people coming in that were talking about our hand pump repair program headed to Kenya and then Tanzania.
Amazing.
Had a gal in from Ethiopia. Had a kid that's he's like a teenager, but Yum has found him. He's doing some big shoe thing, so he's in finding out about shoes. And then on top of it all, oh my gosh, we had 70 children from Collegiate in for a tour,
Wow,
which
on
was
top of
crazy.
all of it.
And then Jazz was there for
Oh,
all
that's
that.
even
So
better.
kids love Jazz, and they were there for hours. It was so fun. But one of my favorite moments was little Sarah. And she was learning so much from the collegiate group. And she said, so you're telling me that every 20 seconds a child dies of waterborne disease? And I said,
Wow.
yep, sure am. She said, okay. And a few minutes passed, and she raised her hand again, and she said, In 13 minutes, our whole class would be wiped out.
Oh, wow.
And
Isn't that
Sarah
an
does that kind of
application?
math all the time.
Yeah.
And that kind of knowledge creates responsibility and then creates power for us to do something about. So our tools involve our chlorine generator that we've developed with GE and the Louisville Water Company here.
Yes.
And we manufacture. It involves some filtration. It involves hand pump repair and the tools to develop hand pumps. It involves the need to train on these tools, and with Ivy Tech putting now our training in their system that'll be available pretty soon, we can have that all over the world.
Yes.
So it's this great community coming together with these layered tools that actually are able to sister together even as a family. That makes a unique niche for WaterStep to perform its role amongst many organizations that are doing a great job with water.
Well, and this is the most important part of this whole thing. You're training local people to install it, to operate it, to maintain it, and it's actually going all over the world.
All day long. Over 30 countries. Like I said, just like on Friday, multiple countries are represented. And you get in these communities, and there's a lot of folks that are like, this is really complicated, but it's really not.
No, it's very
so
simple,
what we want to
actually.
do is help them understand
Yeah.
how to, whether it's repairing hand pumps or doing the chlorine generator or teaching health and hygiene. Our goal is to always make it as simple as possible, because it's sustainable then, and then they can teach somebody else also.
Absolutely fantastic. And you can do you need a drink of water? We have water
that'd be
here.
fun.
Here you go.
Oh, thank
Slurp
you
some.
so
It's
much.
purified.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, it's not water stepped, but it is definitely purified. By the way, one of these fantastic mini water treatment plants, which you are training people in, can produce up to 38,000 liters of drinkable water daily, which would give enough water for 10,000 people.
Sure.
Hard to
And that's
believe.
in a working day. I mean, if you imagine this little unit works through electrolysis, and actually, we could go on forever. This system was developed in Louisville
Isn't
in
that amazing?
1896, which is fantastic.
Who developed it?
A guy named William Jewell. We were known as
Wow.
the graveyard of the West. People dying of cholera and typhoid all the time. They
Yes.
say, help us, help us. William Jewell comes in, develops how to create chlorine from a brine solution electricity. We got the chlorine generator. Louisville has the largest chlorine generator in the world right here in Louisville. And then from that, we just don't think it's a coincidence,
No,
right? It's just some kind of divine thing that's happened that we get to be here
And you have
in
water
this great
steps.
city and use the technology in the 1800s around the world. So it's just fun.
So when you are actually purifying water, you get these byproducts which are manufactured to use to disinfect medical equipment and kill mosquito larvae, which are other
Oh my gosh.
death risks,
Yeah.
basically from unsanitary conditions and the development of malaria.
Yeah. So you get chlorine, which is a great disinfectant in and of itself. We actually pull the chlorine gas off. You can go on our website and find out some of that stuff. But you also get sodium hydroxide. And standing water, of course, you got mosquito larvae
Yes.
like crazy. You got dengue fever, you got malaria, and all this other poopy stuff.
Crazy.
Well, a few drops
Crazy.
kills those larvae on contact. And then you can also use the sodium hydroxide to neutralize latrines or open pit sewage, that kind of stuff. Beautiful thing. And then the chlorine sodium hydroxide also are valuable in clinics and hospitals. Now do the math on this. Last May, we did a 6-story hospital, sees 400 people a day. They'd never had pure water in their hospital. Imagine getting prepared for surgery. Okay, Charlie, wash your hands as good as you can. Don't forget to use a lot of soap because you don't have pure water.
Wow.
So 2 of our generators now supply pure water throughout the entire hospital.
Incredible.
Throughout all the pipes, even when you flush the toilets, pure water. So we got some great folks in India. Curtis Daniels, good guy, goes over there and helps oversee all that. I mean, it's just good stuff.
It is good.
And very versatile. That's what we love about it. It's very versatile.
Very much a celebration of Earth Day with WaterStep.
Oh, my
You
gosh.
can make a donation to WaterStep. It's fully tax deductible, and you can contact them by calling 568-6342. That's in the Louisville area code of 502. Located at 625 Myrtle Street. And what's the website?
Waterstep.org.
You're also on Facebook.
Yes.
So look them up, find out what Louisville itself is doing to help promote clean water and what Mark and Marcia Hogg are doing, incredible citizens that they are, to promote the purification of water worldwide using something that was developed here
1896.
2 centuries ago. Isn't that incredible?
Yep.
And is now developed into this incredible program called Water Step. We're so grateful that you are doing what you're doing, and thanks for sharing it with us today.
Yeah, it's beautiful people, just like you, loving on us, and there's so many working. I just can't celebrate our staff and volunteers enough. It's quite an honor for me every day to be a part of this thing.
Well, it's an honor to be your friend, and thank you for sharing this wonderful business with us on Crescent Hill Radio's Take It From Tara.
Happy Earth Day.
Thank you. Happy Earth Day to you too, Mark Cogg. So glad he's with us. Hey, BKs.
Oh, yeah.
Wake up, Ken. What is it with the guy
a new name.
musicians?
No,
The
that's
guy
a new
musicians
name. I
are
didn't
always
recognize
falling asleep, and the girls are always trying to nudge them and wake them up. Would you give us a minute?
I was concentrating on that.
I know you were. Would you give us a minute of Earth Day music to transition to the next guest, please? Pick a song, any song. Go for it. Here he goes.
This goes out to you.
Oh, perfect. This is dedicated to Water Step.
Don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing. No. I said every little thing is gonna be alright. One love and one earth. Let's get together and be alright. One earth, oh, one love. Let's get together and be alright. Don't worry about a thing, no. Every little thing is gonna be alright. Don't worry about a thing, no. Every little thing is gonna be alright.
We're trying to get Will to sing, but he's instead just blowing into his bottle of Stella.
Seems every time I come on your show, I'm either sick or something. I don't know.
No, you're fabulous, and especially when you accompany yourself on a bottle of beer. That's the best way to do it.
Happy Monday.
Happy Earth Day to all.
Happy Earth Day. And I plan on recycling this. Yes.
That's the way to go, Will.
It's the Derby Fest, you know.
You're training,
it's a 2-week
right?
party. I am training.
You're training for the marathon.
Mini marathon.
Which is why you are still running, and you're leading a group.
Yes, I've actually was privileged enough to train the Papa John's running club for the mini.
Good.
And we had our last run on Saturday, and I think they're going to do great. They're all ready, and
Courtesy of Heiser Clinic,
Courtesy of the Heiser Clinic.
Is it still called Heiser Clinic, or are we changing
as
the
of
name?
right now, it's still the Heiser Clinic.
Okay.
But we've got some big changes happening.
Talking about rebranding, Mark Hogg was just saying they changed Edgewater Outreach to Water Step, much more user friendly. Heiser Clinic is going to be something even better. I love it.
Something very good.
That's what you've been doing today. So you get your reward, your Stella, at the end of the day, which I love. And
it's always funny when I go for a run. I don't crave water when I'm finished. I'm like, get me a beer now. I get drunk.
by the way, Becky and Ken, this is
Hi,
Will.
very nice to meet you guys. Beautiful.
Aren't they fun? Yeah. I've known them for a long time, and I'm so glad I finally got them on the show. And Will, of course, is a fabulous singer. Oh, wow. He opened for even celebrities bigger than he is, which is even amazing. But Will just successfully completed a commitment to the Big Brother show.
How am I looking, by the way?
Well, you can look there. You can look at me. You can look at them. Wherever you want. You can look at your beer. Will just finished Big Brother this last season, and you have created such a friendship with the people that were your housemates that you actually invited them to Derby, which totally cracks me up because you'd think you guys hated each other's guts when you left the show.
You know, when you're stuck in a house for 8 weeks with people,
all the
during
time.
the time it can be very hard, and you might want to get out a cat Clorox and a razor blade and just do yourself in. But when you go through something like that at the same time with these people, you make a relationship that lasts for a lifetime. And
Yeah,
so we're
you
kind of
have
like
to.
a family.
Well,
So-
tell me about the guests who you have actually invited to Derby, because these are not just any Big Brother contestants.
Yes. Well,
These
I'm
are
fortunate
biggies.
enough to have friends at the James Graham Brown Cancer Center and the Kentucky Derby Festival who partnered together to bring Mike Boogie, Janelle, Ashley, and Frank.
Wow.
Yeah. So all 4 of them, really super fun, great people, stand out Big Brother stars.
I will never forget the scene where you were in the head of household's room with Frank and Boogie. And what was happening at that very moment? You were negotiating with them.
Or not negotiating.
Or not. You were really not
I wasn't going to kiss
negotiating.
butt. Like, you know what? Stick it where the sun don't shine.
Because you were ready to come home at that point.
Once the writing is on the wall, and you know that, none of us want to go home, but once I knew that I was going home, I was so just relieved in a way to
Yes.
have a glass of wine and see my family.
That's right. And get back to normal in Louisville. But you had really developed this great relationship with Ashley while you were in the house. Janelle, obviously, a huge player.
Yeah, and it's so funny. We weren't the best of friends, inside the house, but coming out, it's funny. People are so different.
Yes.
So
And Frank, of course, with his crazy hair.
crazy hair, good looking hair.
And
I
Boogie
think.
with no hair.
Boogie. Oh, he's got some hair.
He's got some
He's
hair.
fine.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing them in person because it'll be a different experience.
It will, yeah. And everyone is, like I said, everyone's very different off the show, very down to earth and super kind. When you're, the thing about reality people is you're basically stripped. The whole world sees everything about you, and it brings you very much down to earth.
And do you want to talk about your Derby plans with these folks while they're in town? Because it's very exciting.
It's very exciting. We're actually on Wednesday. We're going to be at the boat race, riding the Bell of Louisville.
Awesome.
Before that, we're going to be at the festival for a meet and greet from 4 till 5. So come down to the waterfront and meet everybody and have a mint julep or a boat race, whatever.
Whatever
you
you're
drink.
having. Stella.
Water.
Bring it.
And of course, we are doing the celebrity luncheon at Churchill Downs on Thursday.
Too much fun.
And then the Cancer Center has a survivors reception, so we'll be there. And then we're going to be in the parade on a float, which I'm just hoping my float doesn't take off and go into the crowd.
Maybe they'll put you on the Pegasus and you'll fly.
And I'll fly.
You'll fly down the road. I love it.
That'd be great.
Will will have wings.
And of course, we'll be at the Julep Ball on Friday night, which is at the Yum Center. The B-52s are performing. I do
How
believe
cool.
they still have dance tickets available, so
Which
it
are
is
reasonably priced.
very much so.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's going to be such a fun night. And the good thing about the Julep is so much of the money that is raised does go back to the Cancer Center. And
Absolutely.
they're doing incredible things. They're making such great strides. And instead of going to the Mayo Clinic or other places out, we're actually able to attract people to come here to Louisville to get treatment and get better.
Why leave town? Why leave home when you can get it right here? And
Exactly.
you're, of course, going to be at the Oaks and at Derby.
Yes.
And
Yes,
you
yes,
guys
yes,
have
yes.
great big seats, I know, way up
Good
high.
seats, yeah. And this is a very special year for me. I've been going to the Derby since I was 11 years old, and every year I'm down on the first floor looking up, and I've always said, one of these days I'm going to be up with
Isn't that
those
wonderful?
people. And so finally,
Here you are.
Here it is, and I get to share it with people that over the past year have just really changed my life. So it'd be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and what I love about this guy, and I'll share this with you too, but I won't tell anybody else on the radio. What I love about this guy is he never changes. He's always the same. No matter how important he becomes, no matter how much of a celebrity he is, he's still our Will. And that's why we love him.
What'd you do with the money that I paid you to say that? Did you buy something nice? I
bought
hope
you
bought
that
some-
Stella.
You bought me that Stella. Thanks.
I love you, Will. I'm so glad that you're here.
I love you too.
And I can't wait to see you with all these guys. And
know.
now, did you figure out something with Macy's? Did I hear that you guys were going to get some clothes to wear?
Yes, I believe Macy's is actually going to be dressing Mike and Frank
Awesome.
for the Julep and Derby, and Janelle, who is 5 months pregnant.
Oh, boy.
So that should be an interesting how they pull that one off.
Yeah, we'll have to put some low heels on her to go to the track. She
Oh, no.
doesn't want to be
She's like,
tottering
I've got
around.
my pink Louis Vuittons. And
Oh,
I'm going
no.
For it, so.
Oh, no. On all the cobblestones. That will be a disaster.
I'm gonna get her a pair of flip flops.
Good. But while you were at the track, make
Mm-hmm.
sure that you look out into the stands where all of the television cameras are
Yes.
and say,
Take
Crescent
it
Hill-
from Tara.
or you can say
Crescent Hill
Crescent
Radio.
Hill Radio. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we know because this is our favorite place to have you, and
Oh, well,
we know it's your favorite station.
Anytime, please have me back.
We
so.
love to have you. Thank you for being with us today. Enjoy your Derby.
Thank you, you too.
And
No,
good
hand
luck.
hug.
Oh
Hand
yeah.
hug it.
How do you do? Oh, this is
You
good.
just put your hands
Hand
together
hug?
and you wrap the thumbs.
Okay.
It's the cutest darn thing I've ever seen in my life.
Next to that.
next to that mug of
Will
face.
Heiser, ladies and gentlemen, look for him with his wonderful Big Brother guests all during Derby week, and you can get started right now with a big celebration. Hey guys, give us another Earth Day song. BK's.
Right.
Someone told me long ago, there's a calm before the storm. Well, I know it's been coming for some time. When it's over, so they say, it'll rain a sunny day. Well, I know it's shining down like water. Well, I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? Well, I want to know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Yesterday and days before, sun is cold and rain is hard, and I know it's been that way for a long time. Till forever on it goes, through the circle fast and slow. Well, I know when I can't stop, I wonder. Well, I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? Well, I want to know, have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day?
I love it. The BK's great song for Earth Day. Kirk Candle joins us. How do you do, friend?
I'm doing great. It's such a sunny day.
Friend and neighbor, I tell you
Wonderful day
what.
in the neighborhood.
You're
and all
out
that.
working like Mr. Rogers to make our neighborhood even greener.
Just being a spokesperson.
See, you have a green mic.
Spokesperson. I wear a bike spoke. On
You
my,
do.
on my
You do.
wrist.
And you have a mic that's
Spokesperson.
green.
I got to say this. You all are fabulous.
Aren't they fun?
And I want to just tell you that there's a connection here. My mother said, "Hey, have you ever heard of this Bob Marley?" Earlier, you did.
Have you ever heard of this Bob Marley? I love that.
I said, "Yeah, Mom." She said, I heard it first on Sesame Street, and then I heard." She said, but she downloaded it from iTunes, and she said, and she was playing it around the house. I just love that. Don't worry about a thing. Everything's going to be all right.
Isn't that cute?
When your mother, who, at 85, is quoting Bob Marley to you,
That's
you
pretty
just
awesome.
that's as close to heaven on earth as it gets.
That's
So,
pretty good.
Yeah, just wanted you to know that.
My dad got me into Bob Marley, actually.
Isn't that amazing? All right, so look at the camera and say hi, Mom, Kirk.
Hi, Mom.
Hope you're listening tonight, Mrs. Candle. Somebody's got to be listening to your son.
Love that.
And we've got to give you the best opportunity right now to talk about the Green Triangle because
Yes.
it's Metro Louisville's 9th District, obviously, where we all live in
That's
Crescent Hill.
the definition of the Green Triangle. A lot of people don't know, but it is the 9th District, and our councilwoman, Tina Ward Pugh,
Who
had this
rocks and who we love.
So we have a vision.
Yes.
For and what it so I have it written down here because it's so easy to mess up, but it's simply to imagine each of us, including business and government, working together to create green spaces. For people to connect with nature and each other, green options for transportation, which I love.
Which you're big on because you ride your bike everywhere
And I just,
and walk.
and there's so many friendly places around Louisville to do that.
Absolutely.
And green thinking that saves resources and our, that small neighborhood feel.
That's right.
That most of us, I think, we are really tired of that big city vibe. You know,
Yes.
we all kind of want it to be somewhat closer to Mayberry.
Yeah.
You know, just a kinder, gentler time, maybe.
and that's what Crescent Hill is.
Well, Crescent Hill and Louisville. There are so many great places to walk if you just freeze your keys,
Yes.
Just say a 2-mile radius or something. I'm going to just go ahead but there's a lot of other stuff you can do. So you're in this green triangle, or maybe you're not. You're outside the 9th District. Or if you're in the 9th, we don't care. You can practice all of these wonderful green things. I wore my Earth Day badge from
you had that from
1970.
1970, and I was
Yes.
I was also involved in the first Earth Day, planting little tiny trees in Oregon when I
Yes.
was in 5th grade.
There you-
So totally
we all
remember
did.
it.
We learned
did.
not to litter, recycle, all those
right.
things. But we haven't put all that in practice. We
And we
have
need to.
we have a long way to go, but it's a lot of simple stuff you can do. So go to mygreentriangle.com and you'll find all kinds of great things to do. And I'll just give you an idea of what you can do.
Couple of them.
There's some things you can do. You can go to the mygreentriangle.com and find out everything. But you can create a profile in that survey, kind of give yourself an idea of what you're already doing. You might be surprised. You may be like more green than you think, and you can like wear a badge like I'm doing today. And you can connect with resources that are there, like for rainwater collection. We're talking about clean water. We don't want all that water to go down in a combined sewer and have to be processed all over again.
That's right.
You can use it in rain gardens. You can do all kinds of cool things with that, what they call gray water, So there are things about water, air, recycling. There's so much stuff that you throw in the trash. We still throw away all kinds of stuff we can recycle.
And one of those things happens to be electronics right now, because you guys are doing a great job recycling handheld electronics to benefit the Green Triangle.
Don't want to throw that stuff in the trash or get it into the earth where all those metals get into the earth and contaminate it. We have some very generous people all over town, and if you're a business out there, you can go to My Green Triangle, find out how you can have one of these deposit places where old cell phones find a place where they can get all those precious metals and all that icky stuff recycled.
So that's cell phones, cell phone accessories, digital cameras, iPods, MP3 players, handheld game systems that you don't want anymore, GPS, handheld units, laptops, e-readers, portable hard drives, and all the cords and related items can be recycled.
Yep, a lot of metal, a lot of stuff.
You can go to any one of these places, and they're all on the website. I'm just going to give you a few of them. Most of our FABA, or Frankfurt Avenue Business Association,
they have been great. They've given the Green Triangle a leg up to get all this started. So there's a lot of help there right off the bat. And we have a business group that we're forming some criteria for business champions.
Good.
That are folks who have taken the lead to do commercial recycling and taking their cooking oil, and using it for refining it and making it into diesel fuel for buses and stuff.
That's awesome. So you can drop off all of these recycled electronics at the Comfy Cow, many of the churches on Frankfurt Avenue, Crescent Hill Trading Company. You can go to IDEA, Heine Brothers. Bye, Will. See ya. Homemade Pie and Ice Cream Kitchen, Krebs Optical, Melwood Arts Center, Red Hot Roasters, and so many more. Go to mygreentriangle.com because that's the key place. And thanks to all of these wonderful Green Triangle business champions for serving as drop-off locations. And you can also contact Katie Holmes in Tina Ward Pugh's office for more information about what you're going to do for the Green Triangle. And today, besides wearing your green button, what have you done to celebrate Earth Day, Kirk Candle?
What have I done to celebrate Earth Day?
Yes, tell me specifics.
Well, I took a nice walk with my dog instead of driving to the dog park or something like that.
Yes, you're a fixture as you stroll through Crescent Hill.
What have I done? I've tried to be friendly to the earth.
That's good. You've turned off the water while you've been brushing your teeth.
Yes.
You took a Navy shower today, for instance.
No, I
soap up, turn the water on, rinse it off, jump out.
I just use those baby wipes. No,
turn your dryer on low so that you're not using too much energy. And during the summer, one of the things that they tell us to do is only wash and dry clothes at night.
Yeah, and I rode my bike from Crescent Hill up Shelbyville Road to get a haircut.
At that little place where I saw you in the haircutting place in Shelbyville Road Plaza, very close to Macy's, as a matter of fact.
It was 5 miles each way.
Yeah, you're incredible.
But you can do that, and you'll feel so good when you do.
You're a jock.
You're going to feel great when you do that.
That's all I can say. You're a jock.
It's not. It's easy.
I know it is, especially if you're a jock.
And you're going to have a fatter wallet. You're going to have a fatter wallet and a skinnier belly.
Yeah, and you have trimmed down. I mean, amazingly.
I used to be a cow.
No,
I used to be big as a barn.
No, you were not. But I'm telling you, you have really shaped up since you've been on that bike all the time and walking Maya all over the neighborhood. So there are benefits to all of it.
Yeah, and that's another thing. If you want to get fit, get a dog.
Well, you're absolutely right. And that's one of the greatest ways to celebrate this fantastic Earth Day is to take the animals out and let them enjoy nature.
Yes. Our planet, while it's all green and verdant and three-sided, like the three sides of the Green Triangle.
That's exactly right.
There are three things that the triangle represent. Let me just throw that at you.
Yes.
It's what you see. See the world as through a green lens.
I love
put that green lens on. Live with greater care for our communities. That's seeing, living, and being more affectionate toward the environment. So see, live, and be. That's the Green Triangle.
I love that. Thank you so much for representing the Green Triangle for us today. And happy Earth Day to you.
Yes, and get involved. You can be a volunteer. Go to greentriangle.com.
That's the way to do it. Kurt Candle knows he gave up his car a long time ago, and he's been riding his bike and walking ever since. He's been across the country raising money for charitable organizations via his bicycling, which is a lot of fun.
I want to do that again.
Diabetes, right?
Come with me.
I'd love to. Can I ride on the
Tandem.
back?
We get a tandem bike.
Sounds like fun.
Just make sure she's pedaling when you turn around. It gets a little
Actually, we
Oh,
could just
yeah,
have Brady
yeah.
pull us.
That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
my 100-pound lab
Like
Jane could-
Napoleon
Yeah.
Dynamite. Will you pull me into town, Brady?
Kurt Candle, good to see you, Green Triangle advocate and representative of the Green Triangle for Crescent Hill. BKs, let's hear from you again because we have to talk a little bit about our Crescent Hill fundraising promo. Give me a little under music here. The last musician didn't know what play under meant. He thought I was talking about a song called Under. I'm saying play under me. So we have a fantastic fundraising concert coming up. It's April 28th, and it will be held at Expo 5, a great venue. Lots and lots of things going on at Expo 5, but we're going to take over 2 stages with a ton of bands. Kirk, stand up and read that sign right there and yell to me the names of all the bands on that orange sign, starting with Appalachian, which is going to be the first one. Appalachian.
Korean Hetty.
Korean Hetty.
Discount Gun.
Discount Guns.
Robbie Bartlett.
Robbie Bartlett, fantastic singer.
Trappers Keepers.
Trappers Keepers.
Memphis Beck.
Memphis Beck and Friends.
Bridge 19.
Bridge 19, Anton Mink.
Atlanta Fugate.
Okay, we got them all, and it's going to be a fantastic night. Come out and join us at Expo 5 from 4 to 10 p.m. Sunday, April the 28th. If you join Crescent Hill Radio now as a member, you get free admission to the concert. I know you guys are planning on coming out and joining and celebrating with us. So join Crescent Hill Radio at our website, crescenthillradio.com. Pay your $25 for the year and walk into the concert without spending another cent. There'll be a cash bar, all kinds of food, 2 stages full of music and fun, and all of your Crescent Hill Radio hosts will be there to welcome you that night. So we welcome you to come out. Thank you for that beautiful under music, Ken Lucchese.
Oh, you're welcome.
And Becky O'Toole, we appreciate the BKs for being with us. Would you give us about a minute of music while we transition to our next guest, who happens to be a big high muckety muck at Macy's? He's going to talk to us about how the biggest retailer in the world is the most local and how he's recycling, reducing, reusing, and going green. So let's hear from this beautiful, wonderful world tune. The BKs right now on Crescent Hill Radio's Take It From Tara.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark scary night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
Ah, I love that. I couldn't resist. I I'm sorry. Hey,
love it.
BKs, you
great.
guys
Sound
are
great.
awesome. I love your music. I love the fact that you came together to do this. And you know, we've talked about the fact before that you both have known each other for years and years and years, but I've never seen you perform together. So thank you for finally making my wish come true.
Thank you for having us.
This is
Oh.
the first time, I think, isn't it?
Is it really? Oh my gosh, that's
You
fantastic.
did it. You got us back together.
Well, thank heavens for small favors. Okay, so we are now moving into the final and much anticipated interview of our show. Patrick Bain joins us from Macy's. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing?
I am so grateful you made it because you told me that you had a huge, important conference call with executives from all over the world, apparently.
It's usually every Monday. That's
So you
balancing out the weekend, understanding how business was and where we're going for the rest of the week.
So you were stuck at Macy's until 5:30. Then you tore out of there, came down Frankfurt Avenue to Crescent Hill Radio, and tell us what you think.
I love it. I had no idea it was here. Not being a native Louisvillian, I've probably passed this area 20 times
Isn't
and never
that
even knew this was
amazing?
here. So yeah.
Well,
really
now
excited.
you know, and we are a very green, very forward-thinking, very family-oriented, buy local kind of organization here. That's what our listeners are doing. A very millennial listenership, young people, and you are really catering to all of those people. Plus, you're thinking of ways to go green in ways that massive retailers like Macy's would never be expected to do because you're taking a local interest in what we want for our community.
Yeah, sure. I think you have to have a corporate stewardship. And when you think about Macy's and you think about the magnitude of a company that size, really in 2008, we created a sustainability project ourselves and said, as a leader in the retail industry, we have to be sustainable and lead the way and show the direction out there. And it really was a 5-point sustainability projection. And I'll read them off to you because some of them you'll say, sounds a little different, but it was wasteful behavior. And you think of retail, wasteful behavior, the opportunity to print reports, everybody to have their own printed copy, maybe only printing on the front page versus printing on the front and back page. So there was a lot, and we looked at wasteful behavior out there that we could change. Energy, waste stream, paper, and construction materials.
Amazing.
And construction materials, you think, wow. Well, yeah, when we look at how we build our stores, there was a couple of interesting facts about that. When we look at construction materials, we look at every green strategy there is out there. But,
Yes.
But when you think about whether it's a stanchion into a restroom, whether it's a countertop, how do you use post-recycled products and integrate those into even your bathrooms where the consumer may not even notice that, but it's something we as a company noticed, and that is very important to us to know that it's in there
Very
and
good
that
thinking.
that it's our green initiative that's going on out there. The other thing I really found interesting, energy. Think about how many stores we have across the United States and even in other countries. When you look at energy from 2002, based off some of our solar programs that we put out there, we use 37% less energy than
Wow.
we right now in 2013 than we did in 2002.
Amazing. And you
hugely
also
amazing.
told me the other day when we were chatting that you guys actually relit all of the New York City stores.
Well, any of the stores that are undergoing construction, there's
Yeah.
there's actually 37 of them with all
Holy
LED
smoke.
lighting, and although there's
Got your LED right there.
got the LED light
She's
right
got
over
her
there.
LED.
Actually integrating solar panels in facilities across the country.
Can you imagine? I mean, what a savings just by converting all of those light bulbs. I'd like to have Kirk do the math on that for us because he's still here. But can you imagine how much you're saving as a company and how much easier it is on the environment to have all of those changes made?
Oh yeah, I mean, but it's not even what we do from that standpoint. It's how we encourage our associates, encourage ourselves every day in a building. Whether we take on our own recycling program for aluminum cans and employee lounge,
Yes.
you know, whether we take up recycling of our own through our own office materials.
Right.
There's just a lot we can do internally and interpersonally to be committed to it as well.
Tell me about the hangers because this is a really interesting bit of recycling you guys will appreciate.
Well, if you remember back years ago, you'd walk into retailers and you'd see those clear hangers on everything.
Yes.
Well, those were new run hangers. Now, I don't know if you notice when you come to Macy's, where we use a lot of wood for some of our private label, private brands. We'll use wood hangers, which are sustainable. We use all the time and recycle around.
Absolutely.
But you'll notice our hangers are black now.
Yes.
And those are a composite hanger that were made from recycled materials. So we went away from all clear hangers 2 years, a little over 2 years ago,
Isn't
to actually
that
go to all
amazing?
recycled hangers.
Now, how about the gift cards? Because there's tons of plastic gift cards manufactured and sent out. And I know because you guys give them to companies, you sell them to companies to send out to their employees to redeem as good work incentives. What happens to those plastic gift cards?
Those gift cards get reused or recycled back as well. So
Incredible.
we do that as well.
Well, and I've noticed too, when I've walked into the Oxmoor store of Macy's, I've just noticed a general feeling of awareness. And I see it and I hear it from the employees, and I see recycling places around. And what we were talking about before, Patrick, is the fact that you guys are a Fortune 100 retailer. How much money does Macy's manufacture for itself every year in the printing presses in the basement of Herald Square? I mean, we're talking billions of dollars.
Fairly large company.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a fairly large company. But you're taking a really local approach, which is good, to make Louisville a better place.
Well, just like we look at every initiative, whether it's Go Green or whether it's a My Macy's initiative, we're your local retailer.
Yes.
And we want to be your local retailer. And, there's opportunities when you look at the University of Louisville, University of Kentucky, the apparel that we carry. How do we localize it for what our customer says she wants and what she wants to buy from us? And we're always looking at every opportunity to make that the location and make that her Macy's and make it our Macy's for the community.
And one of the cool things I noticed the other day when I was visiting the store is that they were having this event, and it was for the Junior League cookbook launch.
Yeah.
And how local, how much more local can you get than that? I mean, Louisville's Junior League is a really cool organization of women who have been around for years, and it's gone down through families. Many families have had grandmothers and mothers and daughters who are in Junior League, and you're launching the local cookbook that they produce every year.
It's just another way for us to have a partnership, and like I said, we're always looking for those partnerships in the community.
Talk to us a little bit about Macy's Derby experience, because you guys are, number one, Will just told us you guys are helping to dress some of the celebrities who are coming in.
Yeah, we're still finalizing that, so we'll kind of leave that one covered up until we're ready to finish that up. But yeah, this year it was the Macy's Kentucky Derby Festival Fashion Show. We were actually the signature sponsor,
and that was held at Horseshoe, which was a fabulous event.
Held at Horseshoe, but that's just another way as we come into the community to be part of the community, to be there, to be everything. I can't think of anything more encompassing of Louisville than Derby time of the year. The spirit, the vibrance of how the city just comes to life to a whole different level, and just how honored we are to be part of that, to be part of the Derby experience here in the city.
And your philanthropic efforts across the world are legendary, but you really have done a lot to contribute to philanthropies in Louisville.
Yeah, I mean, we'll continue to. I mean, that's really your heart's in the community, and we're in the community.
Absolutely. Yeah. Now, I understand that you, as a vice president, have had many opportunities to be promoted and move on to the bigger cities, but you've taken a real liking to Louisville. So no matter what happens with you and your career, you have said you're going to let your daughter graduate from high school in Louisville.
That is correct.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I really you really came to like the place, didn't you?
Yeah, I love Louisville. I love the spirit of Louisville. It's fun. I mean, what's not to like about it?
He's a big music fan, by the way, you guys, because he came from Nashville.
Yeah, having come from Nashville, you kind of have to like the music and have to, particularly country music, but all genres of music.
You absolutely do. Thank you for taking the time to share with us your Go Green initiative and the great plans that Macy's have for Derby. And you can drop into the Oxmoor Macy's, see the recycling efforts, look for those black hangers, notice the lighting, notice all the things that they're doing to become a big local retailer, even though they are one of the biggest national retailers in the world. Patrick Bain, thanks for being with us
today.
My
pleasure. Thank you.
Vice President of Macy's, thank you so much for your support of Crescent Hill Radio.
Oh, thank you.
We appreciate you. The BKs, want to hear you play one more tune before we go. It's got to be about a minute to a minute and a half. Pick a really good one to close out Earth Day for us.
We got one from Tim Crackle.
Oh, I love that. Wonderful. The BKs.
Sitting beneath the apple tree, one fell right on my head. A couple hours later, I woke up in my bed. In the time that elapsed, a vision I had seen. Land of milk and honey beyond my wildest dreams. Well, I only got a glimpse of paradise, but I like what I saw. The first thing I noticed was they never had a war. Time was not money, and love the only law. I only got a glimpse of paradise, but I like what I saw. Well, I only human, and some days only less. So I have to wonder, why was I so blessed? I gaze up such beauty, it was not so absurd. The lengths that we go to know the heaven here on earth. Well, I only got a glimpse of paradise, but it looked good to me. A la Buddha and Jesus singing in a three-part harmony. The Holy Ghost was hosting that blissful ball. I only got a glimpse of paradise, but I like what I saw. Yeah, I only got a glimpse of paradise, but I like what I saw.
I love it. That's fantastic. I can't imagine all those guys singing together. How much fun. Hey, and Becky, you're part of Voices of Kentuckiana. You guys have a big concert May 18th at 7:30. That's a Saturday. And the next day is Sunday, the 19th at 3. And it's at the Ursuline Arts Center, which is fantastic, part of the Sacred Heart campus. Tickets you can get at voicesky.org, Voices of Kentuckiana, or at the door.
Absolutely.
And it's a not-for-profit, so you're going to be supporting a wonderful musical organization. And thank you both for taking the time to be in with us. We want to thank all of our guests. If you'll play Under for me again. Play Under. You know that
Do you know
tune?
that song?
You know
Play
Under?
Under, let me see.
Under, Ken.
Play Under. Who wrote that? Who wrote it?
I think Becky O'Toole wrote it, actually. Thanks to Kirk Candle, our
Google it
friends
for
from
you.
Waterstep, Mark and Marsha Hogg and their fantastic organization, Jackie Gulby from Udell Gardens, Patrick Bain from Macy's, and the incomparable Will Heiser, who is about to turn Derbytown upside down with his guests from Big Brother. Next week, Tom Cunningham is going to be our musical guest. You guys know him?
Yes.
Is he any good?
Oh, he's great.
Hot diggity. So glad to hear that.
Amazing.
Lisa Cantor is going to brief us on long-distance management of your investment condominium, so this could come in handy for you. Shannon Favre talks the law, and Cameron Miquelon, fashion blogger, and Amelia Gandera, U of L's Miss University of Louisville, actually heading to the Miss Kentucky pageant to represent our national champion cards. All of them are going to be here, and we will see you next Monday at 5 o'clock live, 5 to 6 p.m. for Take It From Tara. Thank you so much to Eternal Health Yoga for being a sponsor of Take It From Tara and Crescent Hill Radio. We thank them very much for their support, and we will see you next Monday. Eternal Health Yoga at 3410 Frankfurt Avenue in Louisville's Crescent Hill is dedicated to sharing the joyful benefits of yoga with you. Teacher Training 200-hour program is certified with the National Yoga Alliance, and classes are offered 7 days a week by certified yoga instructors. Varied class packages available, including the introductory 30 days for $35. All levels welcome. EternalHealthYoga.com online and on Facebook, 502-424-3164. Celebrating 7 years of serving the Louisville, Southern Indiana community.
Crescent Hill Radio.
It's 72 degrees.
It's 6:02.
Hi, this is Kate, and I'm listening to Crescent Hill.